Bless Unleashed released a few days ago, providing us with a new MMO to explore. Well, not quite as new as I wish, because it's a re-release of another game called Bless Online, which failed and scammed a lot of people out of their money. To be frank, this game already launched and failed 4 times. But I still want to try it and give you a fair analysis. But be warned, I will not go kindly over the shop and the absolutely disgusting practices this game deploys to force players into paying. Let's go briefly over performance. The game is stuttering and performance issues for lower tier PCs, but is running mostly fine for mid and high end PCs. My specs are listed in the corner of this video so you can compare it to yours. I did have problems however, especially with freeze frames and unstable FPS in cutscenes and layered areas. The servers were not stable at first, with bosses and enemies lagging out, most likely due to the huge demand the game experienced during its release, but servers are mostly fine now. We are all MMO starved and anything is better than nothing, right? Right, I guess. We need our fix. The game's premise is basically a chosen one trope. You dream of an apocalyptic world fighting monsters and a boss during the tutorial. Upon waking up, you find yourself in a bed. Everything was only a bad dream. We walk through the city, complete some tasks, and to the surprise of no one, we get blasted by some kind of evil demon dudes. So we get rescued and start our journey on a farm. The character creation is fairly detailed, allowing you to customize your character however you like. We have 5 classes to choose from that are not gender but race locked. The races we can play are humans, elves, furries and small furries. The customization is fairly detailed and allows for a good amount of unique choices. The game gives us color wheels, sliders and boxes we can adjust. We can even change the skin color to something absolutely crazy. An above average character creator. The visuals of this game are really not that bad. The biggest issue I had was the disgusting orange filter layered on top of everything. The texture work is nice and the models are detailed, though a bit stiff. Weapons and armor looked really good. Animations are also quite nice and cool looking. NPCs on the other hand are not moving much at all, which makes the world feel unnatural. Some walk around but do just nothing and don't interact with anything. The first bigger city hub we can explore felt like a ghost town because of that. Player sounds are also everywhere, but they seem to disappear and reappear with heavy phasing used. Also, everything reminded me a bit of older games from around 2010s, with just better graphics. The music was nothing special but not bad either. I just didn't feel like it really fit the game world. I gave it a try for around 2 hours and switched it off. I usually really like good music, so this one was a bummer. I just turned on some better soundtrack and went on my way. Some might like it, but it wasn't my cup of tea. The sound design on the other hand is pretty damn good. Hitting enemies with an axe and sword as well as spells felt nice and meaty. Its sound quality is also high and crisp and was easy on the ears. Overall, a very good experience. So the gameplay mechanics. Oh boy, here we go. It wasn't too bad, but I just couldn't get used to it. It felt clunky and unresponsive, and most of your actions are animation locked, which felt really bad. This is supposed to be an action combat MMO, but the action combat felt really bad. It's not just the spells, but also your auto attacks which are affected. Some classes like the mage felt better, but the crusader was really strange to play because you couldn't really redirect your attacks. Enemies kept moving. It's nothing like BDO or Dark Souls. It felt more like, Mom, can we get Dark Souls? We have Dark Souls at home, and Dark Souls at home looked like this. Oof, this made me really sad. You can choose 2 special and 4 normal class skills. Those can be upgraded with skill points to increase your damage and unlock special perks, mostly like less mana used. The game also has a combo system for auto attacks, which was quite nice. And the blessing system seems like an interesting addition that further fleshes out your character, but is mostly locked behind some RNG boxes. We will talk about this one a bit further down. The quest design is extremely dull. You basically follow a given given path and interact with NPCs and items while killing a low amount of enemies in between. One of the first quests asks you to cook a meal for a farmer and give it to them. Another one a bit further down the road wants you to help someone pull out a card from the ground. But most quests are just run to A, talk to an NPC, gather or kill, and run to B. It gets monotonous very fast. Events are on the map and treasure chests break you out of the slog and make it bearable, but the experience is nothing to write home about. Bosses also get extremely tanky with more and more players showing up, which turns them into a slog. Overall, a rather bad experience. Also, no one talks. There's like no voice acting in the game, or at least not much. The cutscenes were voice acted, but it was really bad, so yeah.
The gods will punish you for this!
They're welcome to try.
Overall, a really bad experience in questing and progressing throughout the story. Now a quick look at progression itself. Loot drops or can be crafted and you will be upgrading those items at the special NPC with specific ingredients. Those upgrades can fail and damage or degrade your item, which is a very painful process. I would rather not participate in this one. Items can also only drop for your class, so no drops for a priest as a crusader. And the last one, monetization. The game has everything you can imagine. Premium sub that's completely busted and only available through the founders packs. Those are extremely expensive at around $15 for 7 days of a buff that's giving you basically 50 inventory slots and you will be spammed by drops. So this is mandatory in endgame, or at least a very convenient feature, basically pay to win. The game also has a gacha system for your blessings. Like I mentioned above, this one is to flesh out your character and it's based behind a gacha system. You get a bit of currency every day to gamble on a free version, but the paid version has better chances to pull something good, and it's extremely expensive. And it doesn't guarantee the blessing for your class. You can get mage blessings as a crusader and well, that fucking sucks. The game also has a battle pass with premium rewards like currency, fancy items and more. You can also buy levels to progress faster. There is also a shop with skins, mounts, pots for damage buffs, various scrolls and resources and much more. It is also punishing you for not having all of that. Blessings are powerful and inventory slots are valuable. Your inventory gets full very fast. Mounts are cool and useful, and buying power in the shop is always a straight up boon, even if you can obtain it in-game. The game is extremely pay to win and inconveniences the fuck out of you. Other things that you can buy include character slots and the ability to turn off forced PvP after 30 levels for real money per hour. That's the first one. I have never seen any game do this, and I cannot even imagine the brain of someone that thought this one is a good idea to implement. Who in their right mind would come up with such a concept? 30 levels into this game. This level takes multiple days to reach and you're punished for it. Absolutely insane. This is atrocious. No matter how you look at it, don't spend money on this. Please do not support this kind of game. It is one of the worst predatory monetization models I have ever seen in an MMORPG. So in conclusion, it's an okay MMORPG to get a few days of fun out of it, maybe a week, maybe two. But the game is extremely pay to win and I would highly advise you not to spend any money on this pile of garbage. Anyway, that's all I have for you for now. See you next time and bye.